Time to go live. Going live. Going live. You're live. Hello everyone. I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Alan Wake 2 once again, but this time with the performance update. So what does this update do? Well, it mostly helps people that don't have mesh shaders on their GPU, but there's a small performance uplift for the other cards as well, it seems, because they changed stuff under the hood. So, alright. He says my GPU doesn't support blah 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 because I have 4 gigs instead of 6 gigs. We click OK and keep going. Electric Pichu, Marco Antonio, CJR. Hey Hamza, how's it going? DFDD. Okay. Glad to see you guys over here. We're retesting Alan Wake 2 because, you know, if it gets a performance update, I'm there with them. Alright, so let's start with 1080p. Let's be stupid. Yo, Dartesimus, Hamza, Andy, Mario, Big Boss. So let's start with quality 1080p, and we're keeping it on low, not on medium, because low still has ambient occlusion and the nice global reflections. So let's keep it on the low preset, which looks pretty good. Just don't go below the lowest. And well, am I expecting a miracle? No, not really. Maybe the 1050 Ti, but that's about it. So 1080p, FSR2, quality, low preset. And I remember to have 30 FPS, I needed 720p. So let's see if now, at least the forest runs better or something. 3060, yeah, coming right after. So the low preset, again, it has ambient occlusion and all that good stuff. So let me double check. Yeah, nudity sensor is there. And I finished this game a couple times. So I have all the places. So let's start with the heart, maybe invitation, because we are in the forest right away. Then we go for Alan Wake. So yeah, let's see how it goes. How it goes. Any performance boost on AMD cards? Apparently not, unfortunately. Skip this.
A deputy was supposed to be here to show us to the crime scene.
Okay, so the forest is still as demanding as ever.
Eaten by a bear? I'll check out that map.
Let's adjust by looking at this part. That is usually when I drop frames. So far so good. What I'm going to do actually is balance FSR. That should fix it. Thoughts on new ending additions? I already played that. Was pretty good. I was pretty surprised. The funny thing is I finished the game when they added New Game Plus, so that was perfection.
Over here.
Okay, 30's here. Again, the forest is where I drop frames the most.
You're half right.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima PC hype. Yeah, I'll be there on day 1. And thank you so much, Electric Pichu, for the 6 Israeli shekels donation. He says, "Got PC announcement, made me play it again on your PlayStation." Yeah, I mean, it's a great game. You shouldn't miss it. In my opinion, at least. It's a fantastic game. No, Atata, doing fine. What about you, sir?
Down at the crime scene.
This is the most demanding place in the game, so I think it's probably fine. Yeah. Oh, YouTube didn't let you do the 6.69 donation. No! YouTube ruined it for all of us.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, a couple out-of-towners. I wonder what they were doing.
Alright. So, since this looks okay, we're going to go to the next chapter, which should have Forest at Night. Can't wait for 1050 Ti to crumble. We'll be there for that. That's for sure. The Foundry thinks 1070 is minimum GPU required, and Remedy just went good enough for us. Yeah, I mean, 1070 should be the minimum there.
But he still got up. The page predicted all of it.
Okay, so
They
this
helped me find
part
him.
will require us to
Saga was back at
get back to the
Golden Lake.
forest later.
Saga had to pursue Nightingale into the overlap.
So I apologize.
Finding a way in would be
Hey,
difficult.
Hiro! In Nixus we trust, yeah.
Saga would learn how. Stop the monster.
I mean, the 1650, guys, has mesh shaders.
There's no rational explanation to what we just saw.
And Jim! Minimum GPU for Forbidden West is 1650 Super. Hell yeah, we'll be good then.
Volcanic gas, but we both know that's bullshit. This was supernatural.
Well, I'm glad you were the one to say it.
They literally don't allow to donate with the number 69 to donations. No!
Right before things got crazy.
YouTube, please fix!
Maybe the sheriff knew more than he was letting
Well,
on.
try
He seemed
4.20.
anxious, like he dreaded what was coming.
Let's burn these GPUs. Hell yeah, Hamza. For AMD, I'm not sure really on how that
Turns
works.
into a monster. Is there a connection?
Looks to me like the cult of
Forbidden
the
Westport
trees performing rituals.
releasing a day before Dragon's Dogma 2. Oh man, I'll have so much work to do that day.
We need to start with learning this cult's goal, their purpose.
Okay, let me... Okay, the case going into the mine place actually works great so far. It's much faster. But hang on, I gotta do
Dead
things
man turned into a
to
monster.
advance.
Light.
Thank you so much, Pichu, for the 420 Israeli shekels donation. So 420, they can still... They still allow it. But anything with 69 is forbidden. Gotcha, YouTube. Stupid YouTube. Cult of the tree. I have to do all this. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't just skip ahead. I want to donate, but I can't seem sure from Pakistan. Don't worry, man. Like and subscribe.
Keep trying.
Victim of cold kill and became a monster. No. Cold goal. That's the only victim to become a monster. Oh, and there it is, the 420. There we go. The 50 Ti, leave me alone! No, you need to work, sir. Okay, maybe in profiling.
Agent Nightingale has been MIA for 13.
I already did that. I'm probably missing something. That's alright. Murder at Cauldron Lake. Okay. I need to do a couple more. Let's go back to
Hayes
Cauldron.
places
There we go.
Nightingale back at Cauldron
Same
Lake.
from Bangladesh, but following you for a long time. Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, if you're unable to donate, that's not an issue. I mean, all donations are appreciated. Hang on, this thing. Sorry, guys, my connection fell off for a moment. So as I was saying, it's okay if you cannot donate. All donations are optional, but highly appreciated. They help a lot when it comes to doing this channel.
Sheriff Breaker
But let me restart the capture card. Because the audio was destroyed for some reason. What's going on with the audio?
That's terrible. We'll do what we can, man.
You thought it was your connection? No, no it's not. So by liking, subscribing, sharing, you guys do a lot for me already. So thank you for that. Okay.
They're a fine pair.
Now we should be going to the forest at night, which will be interesting.
Nightingale and his cult are dangerous. We need to be prepared in case things escalate more than they already
Yeah, the dark place got me.
Can you call it in, Casey?
A smart choice, Anderson. Agent Casey here. Yeah.
Okay. Let me load another place because this doesn't seem to be... Scratch. Yeah, I mean, I wish I could go directly to the part that I wanted to go. Let's try this one. Oh, South Asia has locked donations. That sucks. Fine, I'll do it myself. Thank you so much, Marco Antonio, for the 69.69 Mexican pesos donation. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Okay, I think I can now do 2KC. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to the forest. So again, thank you, Marco, for the donation. You saved every single one of us. Let me see if I can grab the car and go to the other locations. Yeah, downtown New York with Alan as well. That's an option. Let me recheck the map. There's my car. Because nighttime with flashlight plus combat was actually pretty bad. Let me double check the map. This is the one in the center. Man, this map. With 4 gigs of VRAM, it gets all pixelated. Lock the frame rate to 69 and call it a day in 3060. I'm probably going to do that. Okay, here we go. So this is the demanding thing. Forest at night. Just what I was looking for. Let me see if I can save. No, I cannot. So how can we fix this? So the game is basically 30 across the board. Well, probably on this card we'll need 900p instead of 1080p. Can I play on Steam Deck on Windows without crashing? I have a video on Steam Deck on the way for this game. Don't worry. So 900p, FSR2 balanced on the low preset, and let's see how it goes. FSR looks like FSR2 really. It has the normal artifacting, unfortunately. Okay, here it still drops.
Saga. Time to get back to work.
So it doesn't seem to be 100% resolution related. Again, I chose this section on purpose. Oh yeah. 30s all the time, maybe 720p. But nighttime plus rain plus this forest, well, this is what you get. Yeah, I'll do the Steam Deck tomorrow, guys. Now, due to the update, the game launches on Steam Deck without crashing. So you'll see how great it is. So yeah, when looking into the distance here is when it drops. I will keep it on 900p with balanced FSR because despite having many forested locations, this one is the worst so far, at least in my opinion. So drops in the lower 30s, not a huge deal. but you use Windows on the Steam Deck, then expect similar numbers. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful experience on the Steam Deck video. But again, here, if you want 30s all the time, like I said in my first video on this game when it came out, maybe 720p with quality FSR is the best idea to avoid drops here, but otherwise, it's okay. It's just such a heavy place, the forest. And we're talking about a card that has mesh shaders. So yeah, for the 1650, a very minor improvement when it comes to performance in the forest. So yeah, what would I do in this case? I'll keep it on low, on the low preset, but stick to 720p. Let me see if native 720 is even possible. Maybe that can save us. Oh my god, I hate when that happens. Okay, so 720p native. Let's try that before we leave to the next card. Because maybe that looks better, who knows. So the low preset at 720p native, wish me luck. Any guesses for GTA 6? No guesses. Okay, native 720 is still not good enough. What about quality? FSR at 720. Okay. So yeah, it's not that different from release. Maybe a couple extra frames. But the best stability would be 720p quality FSR instead of... but now you can do 900p balanced FSR if you want to as well. But this should give you 30s across the board, I would say. Even in the forest. So let's jump into Alan Wake, an Alan Wake location. So we're going for maybe Scratch and Masks, maybe. It's very difficult to notice because the names are so similar between levels. So let's see. The Alan Wake sections should run a lot better.
Thea took the record and I brought it back.
Ah, funny.
That did it.
I'm still Saga. It's funny because in daytime she still uses the flashlight. Okay, not the part I was looking for. Haunting, Masks. It's probably Masks. Or is it Casey? Let's try Casey. That's another game uses mesh shaders. As far as I know, there is none. But I have no idea. Okay, Alan Wake. Let's see, going outside. Well, as you can probably notice, the city runs significantly better than the forest.
The call was for me.
By a long shot, I mean, look at this, guys.
I needed to answer.
Let's see more in a more complex place. Let me see if I have guns. I don't think I do. Yeah, I mean, the Alan Wake section that is not in the forests. Is completely fine. It looks super blurry. I mean, yeah, it's 720p with upscaling. What we're expecting. So, the best of both worlds, I would say, would be 900p. I think I chose 1080p. I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why this menu broke. It now scrolls. Let me grab a controller. Don't make it easier. Sometimes the UI likes to bug out. Okay. 900p. Alan Wake 2, but it's a watercolor painting. If Alan Wake was a painter. So best of both worlds, in my opinion, would be 900p with FSR balanced. Or maybe FSR quality with the low preset, as you can see here. Just use the low preset. Looks pretty good. And playing as Saga, you'll get drops, but at least with Alan Wake, you'll be fine. Fue poco system, ¿todo bien? In Alan's stream scenes, there's a nightmare blurry effect even if you play at super clarity. Yeah, that's true. Alan Wake has some distortion effects going around that is actually part of the game. It's not the pixels. So yeah, the city is fine. Let's go back to Saga's part. Again, as I said, best of both worlds. I call it like that because you suffer in the forest, but it should stay at least in the upper 20s in the worst parts. So here in this part, it's completely fine. I mean, it's not that thick forest. But once we get to Cauldron Lake, good luck. Especially at nighttime with a flashlight. Because the flashlight casts shadows. Which looks nice, but affects performance. FSR 3 frame generation mod. Not interested in doing that today. It was just a quick test to see if it improved at all. Okay, so as I was saying, trying to get the best of both worlds. With quality FSR, that's not going to happen. So let's do balanced. So 900p balanced FSR. So in the worst parts, you are mid-20s to 30s. And in the best parts, you are over 30. That's basically the verdict. Which means that it's a little bit better than before, but not that much better. At least in this card. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, all things considered, it could have been worse. So good on them. Now instead of 720 balanced FSR, I can play 720 quality FSR or 900p balanced FSR. So that's an upgrade, a free upgrade. But I recommend 900p because in the forest, yeah, you drop into the upper 20s in sections, but most of the time should be over 30. Especially in the Alan Wake sections. So I think it's time to jump into the next card. So one sec, let's do the 1050 Ti because it'll be fairly quick. So let's swap the GPU and laugh a little bit, just a little. I'm now doing the 1050 Ti because, well, it's the card that should benefit the most out of all of this. Does NIS mess with my capture card? No, it doesn't. But it's the same thing as lowering the resolution, so no point in using it. We have an in-game solution for that. Should I buy this game with a 1660 Ti OC? I mean, it will run better than on my 1650 without a doubt. So yeah, If you want to play the game, it will be playable on that card, definitely. Alright, so 1050 Ti. Again, this patch helps the 10 series cards the most. Cards that are NVIDIA without mesh shaders. It helped on... what's the name of this? It helped on the 1070. As an example, GTX 1070. I don't have enough video memory, that's okay. But now the minimum requirements are at 1070. But 1050 Ti is way slower. So, which capture card do you use? It's in the description. It's a Live Gamer 4K. Alright, so on graphics, we go directly to 720p. I mean, let's be honest here. Balanced. Performance FSR, so 360p. No shame. It's a it's a 1050 Ti. And we're on the low preset, which runs almost the same as the lowest. So no need for that. And we go directly to the forest. And there we go. Using custom resolutions is good. Okay, so we're getting 15 FPS. I think this part, when the game launched, was like 5 to 7 FPS. So the improvement is there. It's just not good enough of an improvement. So the thing here is even lowering the resolution further doesn't help. So yeah. Hey, at least we tried. Does it run better than before? Yeah, it was hard lock at 10 FPS for me. Now it's 15 to 20. So it's a 10 FPS improvement. But it's not good enough of an improvement. Let's try the Alan Wake section and see what happens. Scratch. Yo, Shonk V! 4K 0 FPS, 800 by 600 FSR up. The thing is, lowering the resolution doesn't change anything in this case.
I brought it back.
Yeah, even here that it's not nighttime also drops. Wrong save, by the way. It was no chance. Masks. When you switch GPU, do you need to clear the shader cache? No, it clears it on its own and rebuilds it. It detects another GPU and...
Said he could use the clicker to undo the horror Use the caseboard to make sense of it. I need to get back to Bright Falls, to Casey and Wake. I should check in with Casey.
Oh man. This is still 15. I'm trying to get to the Alan Wake section, but I keep forgetting... what's the name of that chapter? Old God, it's not Old God. Local Girl. I want to do We Sing, but We Sing is just so good. I don't want to spoil it. Look at you, 1050 Ti. You're unconscious. Just you want to show the world what you're capable of. Exactly. There we go. I'm Alan Wake. Let's see. Now we're above 30. Let's see outside. Hey!
Payphone was ringing.
No longer hard lock at 15 in this area, which is interesting. Still, most of the time you're in the forest.
It was something important. I needed to answer.
Okay. Here we drop below 30. Oh, okay, never mind. When lights flicker, the card doesn't like that. Hey! It runs better than I anticipated in the city, actually. You can switch the game to Vulkan. Yeah, that won't fix the problem. So the city is much more playable. The forest is almost the same. I would say 5 to 6 FPS more. But the city actually stays over 30 now. So... that's the win for this card, but it's 360p, I mean, come on. So let me reload the forest. What if you use ultra setting and without mode? No, that doesn't work. Yeah, with Vulkan the game will stutter. That's not a solution. And most of the time in the game you're either in this town or in the forest. So you're hard lock at under 30 FPS. So instead of 15 FPS, we get 20 to 30, the 20s instead of the 15s. But let's be super aggressive and put it at 480p. Let's see how low we can push it. 480p with ultra performance FSR. So 160p. So this is 480p FSR ultra performance. And let's see how it goes, shall we? This is 160p. Okay, there we go. Guys, now we got 30 FPS. We did it, guys. Wow. I hope that pixel doesn't scare me. It's beautiful. No, in the early 2000s, it wasn't even 160p. This is below PlayStation 1 resolutions. We won, but at what cost? Everything. Everything! And in the forest, as you can see, we still are below 20. So it's not a resolution issue in this case. But I'm happy that the game allows us to push it so hard. And I don't know what's wrong with this freaking menu. And my mouse is invisible now for some reason. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to 1080p now, and we're going to do the 3050. So I'm not expecting any improvement, honestly. I'll put it on medium for the next card. Considering what I'm seeing on the game itself with the other cards, I don't think that 3050 will have any performance improvement to speak of. It's become Alan Sleep. Exactly. You got it, man. Going in. You were expecting a crash. Only your brain crashes when you open Alan Wake 2 on the 1050 Ti. Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil franchise, buggy graphics menu. Well, the Resident Evil franchise isn't that bad. The one that was the buggiest for me was Resident Evil 3 sometimes. Anyone tried this game on a hard drive? Nah, not going to happen. Probably somebody did, but I'm not that person. Alright. 3050, we're going to do 1080p, quality DLSS plus the medium preset. That's what I think will be best in this case. And again, the medium preset is not everything on medium, it's some stuff on high as well. So medium looks great. I think it's similar to what the consoles use. Yeah, random gaming in HD would be a great option. I actually talked to Random Gaming in HD on Twitter the other day on DMs, and I was thinking of doing a collab with him, but I don't know what to make the collab about. But he told me if I had an idea that he was in. So, Senpai noticed me. I'm still thinking what we could do together. The thing is, he lives in the other corner of the world. DLSS, quality, medium preset. So the medium preset is basically a mix between medium and high. Anyway. It would be a nice crossover. And we go directly to the forest, because we love that sort of thing. I'm not targeting 60 because it's difficult. Difficult. Ha! You have 1 terabyte SSD only for game installs. I mean, SSDs are so cheap now. Okay, as you can see, this is for 30 FPS in the forest. No surprises, very similar to what we saw in the past. But it looks so much better. I was playing at 160p, seeing it at any other resolution. Man, it makes a huge difference. Such a good looking game. But if you want 60s, it's very difficult. So with 30s, I'm actually happy in this game. The difference in use market between UK and your region, same budget, but what gaming PC you can build with that? That's a good idea, actually. Or food? Yeah, that's not related to tech, but sure, I'll take it. Okay. So, the 3050, I would say medium is okay. Let's try high super quickly. So, high settings, no ray tracing, quality DLSS. Okay. The high preset, it is. Hold on. An email is bothering me. 1 hour of no notifications. Okay. So high actually is working pretty well. Let me see if it applied the settings. Just in case. 1080p, DLSS quality, high preset, which is a mix between medium and high. Yeah, pretty good. Not sure if this was like this before, actually. But this is a game that I wouldn't target 60 FPS on, at least not on this card. Considering how demanding it is. Oh yeah. No, my GPU has 3 fans. That's why the temperature is so low. I have an air conditioning, but yeah. Yeah, this is looking good, guys. Okay, so my advice for this game would be the high preset 1080p quality DLSS for the 3050. I don't see much of an improvement over release. So let me try to get 60s by using the low preset. I don't know, maybe we are lucky. Let me check. Yeah, the low preset is so far off on performance DLSS. So 1080p performance DLSS on low preset. Let's see if we can actually get 60s. I don't think we can. Yeah, no. It's like hard lock at 40s, 50s, 40s in the forest. While looking at certain locations, you get this. Although I'm pretty surprised that performance DLSS looks this good in this game actually. I can see some artifacting, but not unplayable. And on low it still looks good, but medium is such a jump, such a leap in visuals that I recommend actually playing at 30 FPS. Alright. Let's try this other save. I think in this one there's combat, so it will be interesting. Any performance ID on 1660 Ti OC, you can get 30s on 1080p, basically. Okay, there should be enemies nearby. I don't even remember what I have to do. Oh, it's all the way around. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Screw that. Maybe this one? I'm sorry guys, it's so confusing when it comes to chapter selection that I'm just loading random saves. You already pre-ordered Dragon's Dogma 2? The wait is painful. It probably is, yeah. Okay, where am I? I'm in Watery. Okay. There's quite a few hours of gameplay in this part actually. There has to be enemies nearby. One thing that I don't like about this game is that you run so slowly. There's areas where it's just empty and you're like, why would I move so slowly? Enemies? This part was so creepy the first time I played it. The creepy sound of that wheel. The pre-recorded... Yeah, so creepy the first time I played this. Now I don't care because I played it twice, but... Man, it creeped me out. Oh, there you are. Oh, it's a wolf. Sorry, Wolfie. Nothing personal. Alright. Let's do a manual save. So I can actually get back here. So let's jump into Alan Wake. Let's see how it runs over there. It was local girl. Masks? Yeah, they're all called the same. Those freaking chapters. Favorite GPU? You always wanted a Voodoo in the 2000s. Oh, my favorite GPU would be the 750 Ti just because of what a good value it was. And I started my channel with that, so yeah. Yeah, Hero's a boomer, definitely. I'm Mr. Wake now. Let me double check the sound. Of course the sound is muted, but there's still music. Not that one open. What about you? Nope.
It could not be opened on the side.
Oh, the TV, of course. Skip this. Alright.
Door, Zane.
And as you can see here, it's pretty easy to notice that the Alan Wake sections run much better.
No time to waste.
No doubt about it. So if you're in the forest with these settings, which is the low preset,
Here is the light at the end of the tunnel. If you come in last, you won't be happy.
As I was saying, if you use these settings in the forest, 50 to 60, in Alan Wake parts, it will be over 60. But again, you're mostly in the forest, so take that as you will. I thought you were going to say 1050 Ti take. What? Open the gates! Oh, I finished that part. I'm an idiot. So, what would I say that I recommend? Well, if you don't mind... Oh, okay. I'm here. Good. Can I save? Yes, I can. Awesome. I can save here. I have 2 sections for testing now. Wonderful. So as I was saying, what would I recommend? If you want to play with the best visuals possible, please, for the love of God, play on 1080p, quality DLSS, high settings. And if you want 60s, well, you cannot get 60s at all times. In the forest, it'll drop into the low 50s, which I don't think is a huge deal. The game's still very smooth. And if you want 30s, again, just 1080p, quality DLSS, high preset, which looks, in my opinion, much better. And forget about ray tracing. You don't need it. Trust me on that one. Maybe there's a very minor visual difference that you can notice when moving. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if it looks as good as quality. I think performance DLSS had some artifacts on the trees. Maybe that's just a product on how the game is rendered. But again, if you want to play at 50 to 60, even in the forest, consider the low preset with performance DLSS. If you want quality, which is a high setting, consider quality DLSS. In this game it looks great. It's such a good looking game, it's ridiculous. Hey Noob Hunter. Any guesses for Spider-Man 2 on PC? No guess as of yet, but we got Ghost of Tsushima in May, Horizon Forbidden West, so we have new stuff to look forward to, at least. So on this card, I don't see much of an improvement over the previous patch. It still drops into the 30s on 1080p with this setting. Maybe we jump from medium to high, but I'm not entirely sure how much of an improvement it was. But if there's an improvement, it's very minor. Again, this is the forest when you're going to drop the most. But I'll play like this just because it looks so much better on medium, on high than low. Much more immersive. And at 30 this game is okay. You can even use a controller if you wanted to. So yeah, I wouldn't touch it more than this. The game, I'll keep it like this and just enjoy it because it's a great game. Alright. I think it's time for the 3060. There's not much more that I have to say about this one, honestly. I'm happy that we can make it look good on a 3050 though. Bueno, saludos Gerson. Saludos desde Uruguay, hacia Chile. Have you played Alan Wake 1? Yeah, more times than I'm willing to accept. Yeah, 2 or 3 times I finished that game. I also played American Nightmare. More of an arcadey Alan Wake experience. It's funny because I have everything in the game. Yeah, inventory full. I have everything. Alright. Let's swap into the 3060 now. So in order to do that, let's put DLAA. We keep the high preset. Don't even try post-processing on high. It's a huge performance hit. And if you want native 1080p, you have drops below 30 in some parts of the forest, but you can do it if you want to. But again, DLSS quality still looks great. This looks even better, but you drop frames, so I don't think it's worth the sacrifice. Anyway, next card. Did not play Alan Wake 1, so I got confused while playing Alan Wake 2. You'd be confused anyway, even if you played Alan Wake 1. So, don't worry. It's still confusing. Oh great, yeah, now I recognize you better, Darth Decimus. But just by your name, I already recognize you. $3060. What should I buy? 3060 or 4060 for gaming? If it's the 12GB 3060, I'll go 3060, definitely. It's a better deal. But it needs to be the 12GB card. If not, avoid. Alright. We're in. 3060 12 gigs, which again is not the same as the 8 gig version. The 8 gig version is not less memory only. There's more behind it, which sucks because it's another card with the same name. I'm waiting for the game to load. Yeah, definitely Dark Decimus. Performance is a bit lower on the non-TI 3060, but the 12GB is a must. More VRAM, more happy. Okay, yeah, 3060 12 gigs. The other one, pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, so for the settings, we're going to start with the high preset on 1080p with DLAA. DLAA looks amazing, but unfortunately it's not, how to say it? It's not going to be 60s like this. We'll need to do some tweaks. Windows 11 or 10 for gaming, whichever you like the most. I use Windows 11 just to be up to date, but Windows 10 has been fine. Alright, so as I was saying, if you play on high settings with DLAA, that means native 1080p with DLSS as anti-aliasing, the game looks amazing, the edges especially, but you're playing, at least in the forest, into the 30s. So no, you're not playing at 60 on this card with these settings. We need a close to console equivalence. This is the map. So yeah, it's very demanding, no surprises. So let's do first DLSS quality, which again in this game looks pretty good. So DLSS quality, and let's do the medium preset instead of high. Medium still looks good because medium is actually a mix of medium and high. It just lowers some stuff like textures. and some of the reflection quality. So let's see if that's enough. Okay, not 100% perfect, but we're in the 50s in the forest, which means 50s in the forest is 60s in the rest of the game. So that will be my choice for this one. So if you want to play this at 60, yes, it's possible, but it won't be 60s across the board because of the forest locations that are very complex. But being in the 50s, at least in my opinion, is still good enough. There's a lot of parts that you're not in the forest, but the forest is a big part of the game. 1440p settings, I'll show you in a moment. But it's very similar to this, but with balanced DLSS. No monsters. So well. Oh yeah, I already cleared this area. I forgot about that. Oh, and this was so creepy. Let's go for the Alan Wake section, just to show you the difference, because you'll notice right away. You can build your FPS with a mix between medium and high. What should be medium or high? Let me check it. First of all, let's go outside. And I'll do the optimized thing. So in the city,
Parliament Tower.
zero problems.
Murder site.
It's completely fine.
Zane would know where to find one.
Let me check the digital foundry settings. This probably screenshot. I won't take long. Okay. So PS5 would be on the performance mode. High post-processing. Sorry, low post-processing. Medium textures, we have high. Texture filtering will be on low, but here runs the same. Volumetrics will be on low. Volumetric spotlights will be on medium. Sorry, on low as well. Global illumination will be on medium. Shadow resolution will be on low. Shadow filtering will be on medium. Shadow detail, medium as well. Global reflections, low. Okay, yeah. Screen space reflections on low. Fog on medium. Terrain on medium. Far object detail, medium. And scatter object density on medium, but I'll put it on high. So we're a bit above the PS5 now. So we're going back to Saga in a moment. PS5 optimized preset. So if you use that preset, as you can see on Alan Wake sections, you are at 60, no problem. Yeah, low mid settings, basically. But as you can see, it's fine. I don't see much of a difference over day one on cards that are not the 1050 Ti or the 1650. Oh, somebody's attacking. Whoops. I kind of forgot that I have an inventory. And I forgot to equip guns. Okay, that's a good showcase of the effects. So Alan Wake died. That's fine. Let's go back to Saga. With frame generation, FPS would have been doubled. Yeah, I know. I know how frame generation works. No, it doesn't look noticeably worse than before. So using the optimized settings, we get basically 60s. Some drops into the 50s maybe, but the game still looks good. Doesn't look that far off from high. But still. This is how you get 60s even in the forest. So let me show you before I continue. 1080p quality DLSS, that is 720p, but it looks closer to 1080p than anything else. The quality is a mix between low, medium, and high. And trust me that if it says low, it's still not bad looking. The game still looks amazing. And that allows you to not drop frames in the forest. At worst, upper 50s. So you should be good. Yep, that's why optimized settings matters. Yeah, agreed. I was just a bit lazy today. Anyway. Let's now do 1440p, as promised. So 1440p, I'm just doing DLSS balanced, I think. Yeah, there we go. So again, I mix between medium, low, and high. And I forget to show you each time. This like this. This like this. And ray tracing disabled. And let me lower another save, because this one has nothing interesting happening. Maybe Deerfest? No, this is a spoiler. I think the patch didn't improve performance on RTX cards. Yeah, I mean, if it did, it's barely an improvement.
Me? No.
And as you can see, anything outside of the forest is fine. Such a good looking game. In Alan's stream, you can notice very beautiful RT ray reconstruction effects on the water, but I suggest you use frame generation while using it. Sure. Which chapter was that? I really forgot about it. Because there's so many dream sections. Everything feels like a dream section, actually.
Close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer.
But at 1440p, with DLSS balance and the optimized settings, it looks great on the 3060. I'm blown away by the visuals in this game. It's around 5% improvement. Yeah, 5%. Sounds about right. Whee! The one where it's near the phone booth, the red lines. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything. I need to know the chapter. The chapter name. If I know the chapter name, I can go for it right away. The 3060 and that game, well, it works. Yes, it does. I wouldn't even use ray tracing in this game. Without it, it already looks amazing. But ray tracing will be tested after 4K. Oh, okay. It's in this chapter. Gotcha. I will. A good thing I have no charges. Okay, I'll go to the phone booth. Okay, fine. You convinced me. I can't wait for the live stream for Horizon and Ghost. It will be very interesting to see how they work, if they work. Yeah, of course, I agree. So, you mean the dream sequence by the musical, or just picking up the phone?
The edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Ah, bien, perfecto, Eduardo. What difficulty did you play it on? On hard. I think it was called. What now? Get to the apartment. Yeah, I mean, if you use the FSR3 mod for frame generation, you're going to be above 60 basically all the time. But having a base frame rate of 60 is a good idea, in my opinion.
Maybe he was a writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or
Yeah, I hope Forbidden West has a good PC port as well. The thing is, Nixes is behind that one and Ghost of Tsushima, so I trust the performance more.
for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness
Definitely.
she witnessed.
Are pre-owned cards worth it if they aren't used for mining? I mean, if you can go to the place where the owner has the card and test it, yeah, sure, why not? I did it multiple times. This card is one of them. I went to this dude's house, I spent an hour running benchmarks. And he didn't mind.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Oh, I see. Do you see those old DLAA written on the building? It's reflecting on the water when you enable ray tracing plus ray reconstruction.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
Okay. Let's go back to the forest. I'm going to go for probably this one. But I don't want to spoil you guys. Yeah, thank God they didn't go with Iron Galaxy. Yeah, we gotta thank them for The Last of Us Part 1.
You wrote these pages in the dark place. So why are we finding them here?
I think I wrote them up. I remember writing an endless amount of pages. When this happened before, the pages were being sent from the dark place.
Ah, bueno, demás, Pacho.
Maybe the same
Hace tiempo no lo juego ese.
That's all for now, Mr. Wake. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, so 1440p, I would say with the settings that I showed you here, it's fine. Let's do 4K now. But I'm going to target 30s for 4K. Let's be real. So 4K. DLSS performance. And the same settings as before. Let me check the frame rate first. Oh yeah, we have more than enough. We can do quality then. Which is 1440p internally. Yeah, way sharper. We'll see how the forest goes though. Water is a good test.
No, that's not how this works.
I agree.
You're brilliant, and we don't do ride-alongs. And there's scratches after you, and so is the...
Man, I spent so much time in watery in this game.
Hello, and welcome to Coffee World, voted Washington's best coffee system.
It looks so good at 4K, even with upscaling. It's ridiculous. This game was clearly meant to play at a high resolution. Are you excited about Until Dawn on PC? Hell yeah. I haven't finished it, so it would be nice. What bothers me is that they jumped to Unreal Engine 5, which is fine, but
Yeah, Anderson, I didn't want to say this.
I don't trust Unreal Engine 5 for that.
Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat.
Watery.
The page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery.
It's such a good looking
I
game,
should ask
guys.
around.
It always blows my mind. So cool.
Hey, Saga!
So only forest kills FPS due to a lot of vegetation.
Hey,
Exactly.
Ilmo. How did your walk in the woods with Steven go?
Also getting average 95 to 100 FPS in Nightingale, again with optimized settings, plus DLSS, plus frame generation. Yeah, the frame generation mod is a good idea. Is it in Nexus mods or something like that? I might give it a shot here. Now that I'm here, I might as well.
I need to find a specific trailer in town. Can you help me with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty
Genial,
sure the
Ernesto.
owner of the Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park, me, can help you with that. It's good to have our funniest resident.
Flooding did this?
Okay. So if you want 4K, you can get it. But now, since you guys requested it, I'm going to do frame generation. So I'm going to mod it live on YouTube. So we keep the optimized settings, but we use path tracing on high. And the reflections as well, and ray reconstruction. And that should do. So performance, quality DLSS 1080p. Path tracing on, plus RT max. And without the DLSS 3 thing, we get 28 FPS. Which I expected way worse actually. So we have that. And since frame generation is not supported by this card officially, we need a mod. So let's mod it out. Be sure to use Nukem 9 Universal DLL version. I don't know what that means. Let's go incognito so you guys don't see my search history. We're blocking ads because you know how it goes on the internet. Nexus mods. Oh no, I need to use my user because because I need to log in to Nexus mods. So Alan Wake 2. Most popular of all time. Vulkan renderer, no. Older graphics cards. Jumpscare remover. That's funny. There's so many mods for this. What the hell? Okay, it's not here. It's not a joke. You can mod it in, I'm pretty sure. Alan Wake 2 DLSS frame generation mod. Okay. Okay, this is one of the tweaks. This is the other. I'm following instructions, huh? DLSS tweaks by Emos. Sure. Oh, man, I'm never logged in. Hang on, I gotta log in. Won't take long. Alright. Nukem 9 mod. Go for the DLL version, not the tweak versions. Okay. Gotcha. In the meantime, I'll download this. But which one is that? I don't know where to find it. Lots of steps. Oh, man. The lots of steps version, you mean the universal one? I don't know. I'm just going to do the very minimum because I'm live right now. So that's okay. DLSS tweaks and this GV2 FSR3 to Alan Wake's 2 main folder. Don't worry, guys. We'll get it done. So, DLSS tweaks and FSR3 to Alan Wake's folder. Sure. We do it here. Doinks. Run enabled NVIDIA SIG override. Yep, that's me, not you. Run DLSS tweaks config.exe. Okay. And now on add all, add DLL override. And choose, okay, the one in that folder, which is called DLSSG DLSS tweaks wrapper. See. Okay, where did I leave that one? Oh, it's in, okay, never mind. FSR3 AMD is better. That's pretty funny. In the DLL folder, you don't need these steps if you use the DLL version. Yeah, but I cannot find it, so whatever. Okay. Yes. Let's try that one. I don't know. DLSS FG. Hang on, guys. My brain. Yep. Somebody called it AMD is better. That's fine. I don't mind. In the universal folder. Which one is the universal one? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. It's okay. I already did all the steps, though. Just copy the two DLLs and paste it. I already did the steps, so I'd rather try it right now. I'm trying to do this quick, that's why. Let's see if it works with me doing absolutely the bare minimum. Well, maybe I need to save. Thank God it's not just me. Felt like an idiot trying to get this mod to run. Yeah. Same here. You also need to enable hags. Yeah, I already did that. That's always enabled for me. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, frame generation. Jesus. Okay. I'm just doing whatever at this point. Save. And yet, hags is enabled. Let me check if it's actually enabled though, just in case. Man, I forgot where that was. It's been a while. It's been so long since I enabled / disabled. There we go. Yeah, it's already on. So that's not an issue. Thanks, man. There was a lot of effort in that video. So with the mod on, should I be able to enable frame generation here, or how does it work? Okay. There's a registry entry. There's one more step. Adding DLSS wrapper location to the DLSS tweaks INI. Oh my god. Underscore wrapper. Oh, didn't it show up in this folder? I'm confused. I also need that. Oh my god. But I already have the override. I already did this. Okay, I think I understood. Yeah, I'm trying to make frame generation happen, but I feel like an idiot because I'm speed running the process without reading much. DLSS wrapper location in DLSS tweaks. Okay. There's a lot of mods, but I don't know which one of these folders I need to use for the universal one. I'm absolutely confused. Because which one of these I need to use? To just copy and paste. I'm guessing the DLL version one. I don't have a 1070, so can't do. I should have came prepared. And yeah, I think mods should be free as well. But again, if the mod worked, I should have this box available, right? That's what you're trying to say? That's what I'm still don't have clear in my head. Yeah, I'll delete the old files, don't worry. The thing is, which one, which ones I pasted. Plugin, DLL version. Okay, that's gone. Okay, DLSS tweaks. NVNGX. Okay, I think I have everything. Yep. Let me see if the game still launches. Oh, okay. At least now I have an error message. That's good. So let's give it another try. Now I'm hopeful. Stop launching the game. Okay. Now I try this again. And let me try this. Now there was an error message because I deleted one of those DLL files. Only one instance of the game can be run. Yeah. So it thinks that the game is still running. But it's not. I don't know why it launches the game twice. We got him. Gentlemen, we did it. I think. Took 20 minutes. But here we are. Oh my god. I'll do that before the stream next time. Success.
I don't wanna say this in front of Wake, but are you sure this is a good idea? Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe.
Okay, so the game itself without frame generation, I'm getting
Okay,
37
let's manage
FPS, 38. The settings that I have right now is DLSS quality with the optimized settings. And hang on, my dog is being annoying, breathing at the door. Hey, bro, what the hell? Sorry about that. I'm back. So, ray reconstruction. Then, direct lighting. What? Oh, of course. Yeah, if I have this on, this won't be on. I think. Yes, the same. As I was saying, with these settings, I'm getting mid-30s, but if I enable frame generation, I'm in the 60s now.
I should ask around.
I see ghosting in the hair though, which is probably something I can tweak. So thank you guys for helping me out. Actually, the latency is not bad. It's just the hair.
Saga, over here.
But if I lower the settings, it's probably going to happen. Yeah, and the UI. Oh my god. Gracias Marco Antonio por los 20 pesos mexicanos. Top 10 mejores hacks en vivo. Tal cual. Gracias por la donación. So maybe the frame rate is too low. Let's try something else. Let me see if I can get a high frame rate by itself. So I get 36 like this. If I enable frame generation at 36 FPS, what happens? I get 65. But again, I'm going from 30 to 60. That's why it looks like this, I'm guessing. Right? El ghosting con ese archivo. ¿Qué archivo? A un paso. Update remedy engine, set lens distortion to false. Okay. So 1 second, guys. We are at user, update. Roaming and remedy. Sorry, I'm update. Local probably remedy. And wake 2 renderer. And you said lens distortion. Lens distortion false. Okay. Fixed. Let's try it now. Can the 3060 actually do path tracing? Yeah, of course it can. The thing is, the performance hit is pretty large, so do it at your own risk. Alright, so same settings as before, but now we're going to enable frame generation. Okay, indirect lighting is absolutely enough.
Anderson,
What about the reflections?
Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat.
Hang on, let me check if the reflections are on.
Somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
Kinda. Let's see this car. Yep. We seem to have that. I mean, I'm just going aggressive for the sake of it. Okay, 39, 38. I enable path tracing. Frame generation. Okay, the hair is fixed. Thank you guys so much. It's perfect. And we basically get double the frame rate. And considering I'm going from 30 to 60, it actually feels pretty smooth. When I move the camera very fast, I notice some artifacts. Let's see the UI. Okay, yeah, the UI is still at 30 FPS. But it works fantastically well, actually. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, sure, let's try 1440p now. But let's use medium path tracing and low transparency with ray reconstruction. And it was 1440p here. Runs like a 4060 now. Yeah, I mean, this is the point. You install the mod And it's like having a 40 series card. Fuck Nvidia. So, okay. 1440p. Path tracing. That's what ray tracing medium. RT medium. Plus ray reconstruction. RR. So with these settings, the optimized settings plus medium ray tracing, medium path tracing actually. Okay, by itself, we get 30s at 1440p. But if we enable frame generation, the mod, we're into the 50s instead. So yeah. Does it work? Hell yeah. It's also better than what you get on AMD cards because the LSS upscale in frame gen and not FSR2.
Hey, Ilmo. How did your walk in the woods?
Yeah, that's very impressive. I'm pretty surprised.
Satisfied customer.
Thank you guys for pushing me for the frame generation mod.
Great to see you back.
I can see the ghosting, but that's because I'm doing frame generation from 30 to 60.
They act like
But
they've
visually
been
it's way smoother.
This keeps happening.
And well, the
Thanks for
UI
the specific
is a
trailer
big
you
issue,
got.
but
Can
still.
you help me with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the owner of the Watery Lighthouse Trailer Park, me, can help
Yeah, and
you.
the water looks great.
It's good to have our funniest resident back.
Resident. I don't understand what you mean.
If this is your way of getting out of any outstanding bills, don't worry. They've been handled. Must be hard coming back to where you and your little girl lived.
I don't have Instagram
It's like they remember
anymore.
a different reality.
Maybe next time I make one.
Is the horror story
A
messing with
volcano.
their memories?
But let's do something different. Let's disable ray tracing altogether. I mean, ray tracing looks nice and all, but the game itself looks pretty good without it, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, it looks worse, obviously. But now that I have 50 FPS, how does frame generation go? Of course. Yeah, it works great. That's impressive. Yeah, Lisa Swift making FSR3 open source. Ha! Nvidia was lying to you.
So what is Coffee World?
You mean you haven't seen our
You can get 170 to 190 in Spider-Man Remastered. I don't doubt it.
We even had a real moose.
Especially being so CPU bound, the Spider-Man games.
Plus, right next to Coffee World is the workshop of our own Kalevala Knights Motorcycle Club.
What about the 580?
They float
No.
for Deerfest. Don't go peeking though.
I mean, it's not playable on that one.
We're saving the big reveal for Deerfest.
Okay, hang on. Quality DLSS, frame generation, optimal settings. Yeah, this is still good enough. So I think I saw enough, guys. I'm pretty impressed with this frame generation mod. I used frame generation, but on the 4070 Ti, so it wasn't with a mod. But this works great and looks great. It doesn't feel like I'm using frame generation at all in some sections. The only giveaway I would say is sometimes the hair and the UI when it pops up on screen when you're speaking to someone. But otherwise, it blew my mind. And it's very easy to install. It was just dragging a file. I just messed it up because I didn't read. There were too many options. So yeah. I'm going to use this mod very often, yeah, that's for sure. It will be interesting. Again, remember it's for the RTX cards. So it won't work on the 1050 Ti and 1650. That sort of magic is not there. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As a conclusion, does it run better? A tiny bit better on the 1650 and the 3050 and 3060, a tiny bit improvement. Then on the 1050 Ti, it went from locked to 15 FPS to locked 20 and sometimes into the 30s in the Alan Wake sections. And by the Alan Wake sections, I mean the city area runs way better than anything that has forest attached to it. When it comes to performance, again, almost the same on the other cards. The 1050 Ti had an improvement, but still not good enough. And the settings that I use, consider installing the frame generation mod. If you install it, you'll have 60s on all the settings that I showed you. So yeah, I'll leave links in the description once this live stream is over with the instructions. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate the frame generation mod suggestion. It came out great. So thanks guys. Bye. See you next time.